Last game of the night on Tuesday in Summer League.
Take a look back at last season's loaded Western Conference and how it all shook out at the end of 82 games. Focusing in here for a moment on the Lakers, who finished third, and the Spurs, who finished 13th. And what the Spurs are doing to make sure that they're not on the outside looking in this season. They've already added Kelly Olynyk to their front court. They added Luke Kornet to their front court, and now they add Kelly Olynyk to bolster what feels like adding a strength to a strength. They send out Branham and Wesley in a pick to Washington. They keep on loading up on young guys there after getting Cam Whitmore the other day. But how about this philosophy of San Antonio? You've got, obviously, Wembanyama, and now adding Kornet and adding Olynyk. Guys that are not going to knock you over with star power, but really complimenting him in a way.
I think, Jerry, you said it best. It's a fit. And I think when you look at Kelly Olynyk, he understands how to play with the basketball. He can pick and pop. He's been around, and I think he'll be a great guy that can obviously help Wemby out when he gets a little physical. Luke Kornet, a guy who I love, he says he's wearing number 7 because he wants to be a third of Tim Duncan. But I like how he played last year. He's a rim runner. He rebounds the basketball, and you can play Wemby because of his skill set with either one of those bigs. Then they're huge in the backcourt with Fox and Harper, and then also Stephon Castle, Vassell. They still have a lot of guys, and Carter Bryant is a 3-and-D guy, and the emphasis on D. He can really defend.
Well, Sissy.
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
Where were you that night?
In Orlando, in a hotel during Summer League, and obviously got the call and got a chance to talk to Mickey Harrison right after the decision was made.
But he was happy.
Yes, indeed. I mean, the Heatos.
Let's take a look at LeBron, because that's just not the player he was focused on being.
You're right, Jared. I thought you could talk about a guy all time in different categories, but just as far as going out and scoring this many points, longevity, you could see that from him for sure, but not this long at this way he's playing. I mean, the numbers he put up last year, Jared, was just phenomenal. They didn't win, obviously lost in the first round, but I look at LeBron right now, so how much more can he go? Can he get to 45,000 points, 46? It's unbelievable, and also, the level he's playing, I know he wants another championship, but he's already made history playing, gotten a chance to play with his son.
Well, people want to know, he's played with 3 different franchises. Will he end his career as a Laker, or will he put on a 4th different uniform?
No, we shall see. I got a feeling he's playing for one more franchise.
Whoa! This year?
I got a feeling. No, I don't know when, but
the following year.
Poor man's Josh Giddey right now.
Wow. Quite the compliment.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So we'll get back to Summer League hoops in a moment, but some other news of the day. The Knicks have their 15th head coach, just of the 21st century. Mike Brown officially introduced to the New York media on Tuesday.
I'm honored and excited to be the new head coach of the New York Knicks. Talk about a historic franchise. Madison Square Garden. It's iconic. Our fans, they're the most knowledgeable and passionate, probably in all of sports. There's a lot of work to be done. We have an outstanding roster. What they did in the playoffs shows their potential.
He can certainly win a press conference. There's no question. He's won a bunch of games, too. 2-time Coach of the Year, Mike Brown. The Knicks are the 5th different franchise he has coached. I just want to remind you how we got to this point. Tom Thibodeau leaves the Knicks to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And then he gets fired. Leon Rose, the president of the team, who doesn't speak to the media, issued a statement saying in part that we are now singularly focused on winning championships for our fans, which is what led us in this pursuit to fire Tom Thibodeau, paraphrasing, of course. So the question now is, can Mike Brown do more than win a press conference? Can he do better than Tom Thibodeau?
Well, he has a whole bunch of experience. I played for Mike Brown. He's assistant coach in San Antonio. We won a championship, so he's been around phenomenal organizations. Got a chance to coach with Steve Kerr, took over, and had a lot of head coaching duties when Steve was out. I mean, he's played inside out with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Defensively, then he's played with pace and space. We know with Steve Kerr and the Golden State Warriors, and then with Sacramento, he even wanted to play faster than the Warriors played. So looking forward to, the Knicks didn't really play that fast, Jared. So looking forward to see if he would adapt to their style, or he's going to have to push them, try to get them to push the pace a little bit more. But Mike Brown has seen it all. The one thing about him, he can relate to players. I think defensively is where he's going to put his imprint on the New York Knicks, who is a very good defensive team, but also offensively will give them a little bit more freedom. And Mike Brown will go more than 16, I would say, as far as playing team. You have to play your bench. And I think that hurt Thibodeau going down the stretch.
He got some weapons.
That's why he's probably got like that.
Yeah, he got some weapons and parts that he got himself. Now back to Summer League action, this time from the California Classic out in San Francisco. It is Golden State and Miami. Taron Armstrong for the Warriors knocking down the three. Here's a guy I want you to watch for Miami that could play some rotation minutes. Pelle Larsson, 44th pick of the 2024 draft for the Heat.
Everybody likes him. I mean, he's physical. I like the way he's driving the basketball, using his strength. He's put together. He's been in that weight room. I'm looking forward to seeing if he can crack some minutes for the Miami Heat.
Keyshawn Johnson.
That looked easy.
Easy for you to see. Now it's Larsson to Marcus Williams from downtown. 73-57 Miami. Heat in transition here. Johnson knocking it down. So a pair of Arizona Wildcat teammates coming up, combining for 30 points. Johnson and Larsson as Miami wins this one going away. Back out to Salt Lake City now. Memphis.
What I love about him is, one of those guys that he knows how to get buckets. I mean, all three levels, doesn't need a high pick and roll, as you can see, and being able to create his own shot. There's not a lot of guys right now that can just create their own shots off 2 or 3 dribbles. Now guys need 7, 8, 9 dribbles. He's one of those guys, once he catches it, as you can see, Selling Broom comes set the screen, and he's going to make a decision when he comes off this handoff. Turns the corner, and there he's there into his move. That's 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles, and he's up. Just has that type of feel where he keeps you off balance. Always.
Địa điểm kế bên cũng thao tác tương tự. Và tại vị trí kế tiếp, mọi người cũng lại tại đây cho mình. Tiếp tục. Tại các phần trong bước kế tiếp, mọi người cũng làm lại tương tự ở đây cho mình là cao mũi tăng tiếp theo.